What's going on, everybody? It's Jake here with Team Olympus and little Raphael, little mini Yugimoto.
Yeah, little Kaiba.
Is hairy as can be. Even
Like
though he's got
Joey
a little,
Wheeler.
he's even got the little mohawk. There you go. There you
Who's
go.
that? It's not Joey. Tristan.
Tristan,
Tristan. There you go.
little Tristan. Yeez.
All right, what are we talking about today, Jake?
We're gonna talk about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh, what's in the predicament of September and the end of September and next year's ban list predicaments. On top of that, we're gonna talk about the anticipation for Worlds and
Okay.
why you know video a lot of different videos aren't producing as well as they should. It's not just like us, but everybody else's videos ain't doing as good because of the trend that's going on.
All right, lead us off.
All right, so we'll talk about Worlds right now. So the anticipation of Worlds, everybody's watching deck profiles of the new and behold, right? You have the Tempai. I just watched the Tempai. It was a weird deck profile. It's like Tempai something, but Tempai is trending right now because Tempai being a budget deck, which me and you will get into here in probably will make another video on how we can talk about how it is not deck friendly,
Budget
um,
friendly.
budget friendly. I mean, but on top of that, it's more of what we're gonna see, right? So with Worlds coming in July, we have crazy things. We have what just happened on Twitter with the EU and Oceania with the whole mat. You can't use very vulgar mats no more, which is a great thing because you don't want to be playing. I mean, Matt, we've been through it. Nathan, you haven't seen it. We have. How many times have you played and you would see somebody's mat and you can see like genitals or you can see like breast on the
Yeah,
mat from that, and it was like
yeah.
very like it was just like nipple pasties practically, and like you know what I
There's
mean,
some
like
weird people out there. There's
yeah,
weird people that have weird masks, like the Dark Magician girl or the other girls in like. Well, you can
bikini.
say bikinis, but it's not bikinis.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Um, there's some
Like
weird people. I
naked.
don't
It's like
know.
porn. It's like a
Look,
porn mat practically, and they do
yeah,
sleeves now.
yeah. Look, they're not gonna get girlfriends, so their next best thing is to make a mat that they can watch all day, every day when they're playing. I guess, right?
Right.
One thing I can think of. There's some sick people, Nathan. You'll see that when you go play some Yu-Gi-Oh. That these people are.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah,
But at the same time,
not a
though,
good thing.
I mean, it's a good thing for
To ban them,
the
yes.
the ban
To
them.
ban
That's a
those
good thing.
mats, yes.
I don't agree with the price gouging of plain mats going to $60 a mat because you have to use a solid color, and everybody's taking fully advantage of it, which is dog crap, but whatever. I think if anything, when you go into so upon going into YCS Anaheim, 2 weeks before you go out, I believe you have to submit your cards. You have to submit your card list. You have to submit pretty much everything that you're going to use, extra deck, side deck. So all your cards have to be submitted, and they do a deck check when you get there. They're supposed to. So with the deck check,
Right.
that's supposed to be there in YCS Anaheim. Why can't they say, "Hey, what mat are you using? Like, let's see
Yes.
your mat." I
They
get
they
it that
might do it. It's changed because it's in the EU, right? The EU.
right, but they're
Yes,
predicting
and especially
that's
there's
gonna lead
kids.
straight to the US.
What,
So
Nathan?
with the
Especially if there's kids, then
Oh yeah.
right,
maybe that'll make
well,
sense.
the youngest player to win a YCS happened. I want to say YCS or the World's qualifier match. I believe it was in London. He won first place with Tempai Dragon. I believe he's like 12,
Oh,
and he's the youngest to ever win a World's qualifier match, and he's heading to Worlds in July. So I mean, I get it. It's a lot going on, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing to ban these mats, but
well,
on top of that, they should do a mat check. And I get it for the sleeves. Like, why do you want porn sleeves? Like, why not just use a solid color like we all do? Buy some Ultra
yes.
Pros or buy some Dragon Shields
Yes.
and use them that way. Um, for mats, I believe they should all do a mat check. But we're expecting to see this going into the worlds coming soon. So that's what I think. I think it's going to get
Yeah.
pushed to the U.S. for sure, and I think it's going to be one of those cash grabs where you have to use just their mat, and at that point, I'm
Yep.
not
It
paying
could
forty
hurt. It could hurt
dollars.
people because there's gonna be people like me that probably I rebel against everything. I don't care. I'd rather not play than what you could tell me what to play. And I get okay if they're doing it and they want to film it and like you're saying, head down like an esport thing. I know it's not esports, but something
They're
like
trying
that
to.
where they're doing that. But they have to film the appropriate things, so you can't come in there with. I guess if you're sponsored by the event or you're sponsoring their event, you could have the sponsors on your mat,
Yes.
things that are affiliated with it, kind of like the UFC stuff. If that happens, yes. Otherwise, I see where they're going because they can't put your mat on the screen unless they blur it out, which they could blur it out. And that makes sense. They can blur
Yeah.
out the things.
But they would have to blur out your card, so not really. Especially
That's
when it's
true.
live. When it's
So-
live, streamed on YouTube and I believe Twitch, it might be
Right.
this year.
So you know what
it's
they
gonna be
could do? Black tape. Put some black tape on your mat. If it has a name or something, black tape it. Because I'm not
Yeah.
going to go out there and buy a new mat. I like my mat. We like our
100%.
Team Olympus mats.
100%.
Our Team Olympus mat, it has no logos, nothing on it. It's just our team name,
Yeah.
which that wouldn't affect anything.
No, I think that's great to put out your clan. If you're wanting to be an esports team, an esports thing. And I think the route that they're going with Tempai is making the engine cheap to afford, which is like $60 or $80 to buy the whole Tempai engine. I believe making more of these meta decks more viable and to purchase for just the consumers like us, that we don't have to like kill ourselves trying to purchase these cards to put content out to be able to showcase and go play these cards. I think that in the long run is going to help.
Let's talk about that for a second. On your point, that's a good point. You and I talked about this, Nathan. This will also affect you because you don't have a job and have to pay for your cards.
Yeah.
So if they went the route of, let's say, Magic and Pokemon, where Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do this, and they need to do that. And I read other people on X, and they agree on the stuff too, where okay, there's full art cards in Pokemon, right?
Yes.
You got to chase the full art. Full arts are expensive, but you
Yes,
can chase them, right? Okay, but they also have that common cards that you can pick, like you were saying before. Common Charizard. Charizard card cost us like $5. Your whole deck, Nathan, cost us $50-$60. And that allowed people to play into the game. Right now, they only print in one or two, and sometimes the rarities cost an arm and a leg. Fadra, is it Fadra? Phaedra?
Fadra.
The Tempai?
Yeah, Fadra.
16 right now it's $16 a card. Okay, it doesn't sound like a lot until you have to buy 3. And then you're at 16, 32, and you go up another one. What is that? I can't do math right now. 32 plus 16.
You're looking at $50 just for 3 cards.
$48.
Yeah,
$48 for 3 cards. 3 cards. I bought half the Charizard deck for that price.
Yes. But I think going this route, though, is going to be good. But I think they need to make more prints.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, they have to make more prints to make it more viable. So if you want to be that person that wants to have prismatic secret rare, every card prismatic secret rare, and you want to be a rarity person, then go spend $300 on a card or whatever. Make sure your deck's worth $1,000. Who cares? That's your money. Do what you want to do. But when it comes to the bottom of the community that want to play and want to dip their feet into Yu-Gi-Oh, like I have so many friends even at work that want to play Yu-Gi-Oh but can't because they said it's expensive to even get into. Now, yeah, because think about it. So, all right, since we're on the contrary for this one, I'm gonna bite the bullet. So, bless you, buddy. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Wow.
So on the controversy of this, now think about it. We just talked about Padra. I bought my Padras $20 a card. I bought 2 boxes of Legacy of Destruction and only pulled 1 Padra. I pulled the whole entire thing, but I still missed Transcendent Dragion or Transcendent whatever Tempai. So I still had to buy those. I still missed my 2 Padras, so that was already the money I made back in the box of everything I pulled, and you guys can check that video out. It's kind of crappy quality. I did fix my camera, so we're all good, you guys. So better quality coming soon. Now that being said, that's already $60, or 40, almost like $45. Now, when you go to spending on, we're new or we're getting back into it. We don't have hand traps, so guess what? I had to buy. I had to buy hand traps. I had to buy synchros, which are not expensive. they're super expensive for the ones that you have to run. The cards that were now pennies are now
Yes.
$15-$20 a card. Matt's trying to run 10 pies going into Anaheim, and he's biting the bullet and
I'm
learning
like
that
150 in, and I don't have all the cards, and it's crazy.
it's
This is the part though that's going to kill us. And you're right. I didn't want to cut you off, but you're headed down the right path. And this is what's going to kill me. And this is why I stopped buying cards for a long time. And you know this because of the ban list. Let me share my screen real quick so you can read what this person said. And it's 100% true. And I agree with this because it drives me crazy. Whoops. All right. Apparently I can't share my screen. Okay, I can't share. I'll read it to you. I try to share it. I'll read it to you. It's on X. Anyways, it says, imagine complaining about a card being $100 that you know is going to get hit on a ban list that you have to play. And then you buy it anyway, and you finally get that top and win pricing that doesn't even cover the $100, let alone the flight and hotel. Right? Because Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do
cash
great prices.
Events. No, they only give you a so
what are
controversy of that though.
Compete?
Yeah, but playing to compete, the card that you get from Worlds is worth money to collectors. Some collectors will pay. So if you go back and you get like Minerva was a $7,000 card. If you sold it, yes, you still get the world winning plaque. You still get all the stuff. The kid that won Luna Lights when we were in it, you can sell that card to make your money back, but that's if they buy the card.
Time out. Okay, I get that you can sell the card, but you're selling your prize. Some get cash, and then you get a prize on top of that. I had to sell my prize in order to get my cash, and that sucks because you just sold what you won, basically. You understand that too?
Yeah.
So, I know you look very bored. You need to get in the conversation.
So now let's talk about how much I spent. Now let's see. I think I'm 400 in.
Oh my word! See,
like 350. I think I'm 350, and that's because I sniped. Yeah. I'll add all the cards up, and I think I'm like 350 in. And that's including the discounts I received on. That's not including discounts I received on TCG, and that's not including the sniping. I was able to snipe a Trident Dragon for $35. I sniped him. I was able to snipe on eBay a Raging Phoenix for $20 when that card is $60. So when you're adding the full capacity of how much the deck costs officially, you're looking at like $500-$600 just for the deck.
Well, that's what we said. Remember, Nathan, we did that video, and I showed you. I think we had 10 pie on there. Where it was a $600 deck.
And before, you got those haters that say some stuff.
Hold on, Jake. Nathan, you're too far away from the mic. We can barely hear you. So when you're talking, I can't hear you.
So before somebody, because a
little bit, you're still far away.
We're gonna get a lot of hate, and me and Matt know that we don't mind hate, but because everybody's on that Yu-Gi-Oh jockstrap bandwagon of saying trying to defend it, that we just watched your deck profile and you didn't get it. Let me show you. So I sniped it. So legit card, sniped it for $20. Is a $60 card. Oh, hold on, big boy. Oh my goodness. And I know. Tell them. And then before anybody says anything else, I sniped this legit card.
There you go.
Not a proxy. I sniped this card for $35. This card is now over $100 that might get reprinted in the mega pack, but it's not even confirmed. Just like Cash Tira. Now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of selling cards, burning cards, doing whatever you're doing. And Cash Tira was supposed to get printed in the anniversary collection. They didn't even reprint that. So hold on, let me pass him to his mom because he's hungry. I'll take like 2 seconds.
So you would have to go to some TCG places or whatever you call them, and go out and find the decks. Because if you search online for those certain cards,
no matter what, it's gonna be that price.
Well, yeah, it's maybe not the packs, but you could try your luck and see if you could pull it. But it's gonna be
many people
hard.
Many people don't do that anymore because they let people just find it in the packs. Most of the times, the game stores open the packs and pull them, and they sell them, or some other people pull them and get lucky and sell them.
Yeah.
But that's because nothing prints. Konami doesn't do a lot of prints. So that's why we're paying an arm and a leg for a lot of these decks. And that's what Jake's getting at, is where he's talking about, okay, if you want a level playing field and you want to have this stuff compete and the best players win, then you gotta let people compete. For the Charizard deck is not a lot of money, and a lot of people can compete in the
I like
game,
these
right?
wireless headphones because I couldn't stay in contact with what you
Oh, you
guys
can
are
hear us.
typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But that's it,
but
right? Because you got to level the playing field. You got to have
yeah.
more people to have
Now
the top
it gets
meta
better.
decks.
It
Yeah.
gets better, Nathan. So now your dad doesn't have ash blossoms. So guess how much ashes are? Even though they were just reprinted, they're like $5 for like
Yes.
$3 a card. So that's 6 or 9. I mean, and
A lot
so
of
even though I had discounts and stuff from TCG, I was able to snipe. I think I fully built my deck for like 275.
see, yeah. I'm still
275.
I'm
It is
150 in
five.
and I don't have it.
It is 500, almost $500 to run the full Tenpai Dragon deck, and I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you
Holy
guys why.
crap.
I'm going to tell you why though, because I spent the money because I bit the bullet and I was like, I'm going to spend the money for the channel, and Matt knows this. That I did it just to prove a point to these bandwagon jockstrap Yu-Gi-Oh people that don't ever listen and they want to cry and complain about the game, but yet think it's okay throwing thousands of dollars away. You have to run 15 hand traps. You have to. So you have to run 3 Nibiru for Ash. You have to run, or 3 Nibiru, yeah, for not for Ash, for Snake Eyes. You have to run 3 Ash. You have to run 3 Valor, 3 Ogre. And the commons are even $2-3 a card. And then the cheapest, I think Gamma's still on the ban list, I believe, because the cheapest kaiju is called Santa Claus, and that card is $7 a card now. And that's not including Samurai. The Samurai guy is like $5, and that's what stops a lot of decks.
We had a
And it's
lot
a
that's
synchro. I am gonna go.
Thrust.
I am
Thrust is
gonna.
like $50.
Who's Thrust?
Is it Sangin Thrust? Sangin Thrust.
Oh yeah. If you're running
Yeah,
that
$60 card. I tried to run that one. I'm not buying it. Look, guys. Jake knows, and I've already said this, and Jake knows 100%. I violated my rule by just going into Tenpai.
Yeah,
Because after they
but
did me what they did on the ban list, after I
but
bought
Monarchs,
a
man,
lot
that
of
was
money,
crazy.
I'm like, you know what? Screw you, Konami, because I'm not out to just get banned after you spend a lot of money in your deck.
But even
And they're
like
like,
this is like $7 card. I'm gonna do a full deck profile,
there you go.
and I'm gonna
And they
try.
don't even
I'm gonna do a
What
full
happened?
deck profile. Or go ahead, Nathan.
they don't even tell you what cards are going to be banned.
No.
That's what gets me mad, and that's the worst part about
That's
this
the
game.
problem.
So
Worst part.
let's go into ban list real quick, and I'll
Yep.
trace back. Right. So the ban list. This is what's gonna happen in September. In September, they're gonna let go of Maxi. Maxi's gonna come off the ban list. They're gonna hit coming out. They're gonna hit Tenpai Dragon. We will get our full set. So once Tenpai Dragons is full capacity, full road, they will ban it in April or September of next year. They're gonna ban it. They're gonna give this deck 2 years, a year or 2 years to run like ramp crazy. They're gonna ban it, and they're gonna ban hand traps because Konami has a good track record of repeating itself. So now think about it. Maxis got banned because people were complaining about the special summoning and drawing cards, and everybody cried about it. They banned it, and now it's going to come off the ban list, and then they're going to smack Ash. It's going to be Ash, Valor, and Ogre are going to go to one, but I believe Ash will get banned. Ash will be completely banned, killing the card. Imperm will get banned. Droplet will get banned. They're going to ban and limit a lot of cards, which is going to mean hand traps are worthless, and then they're
Like,
going
I'm
to
okay
let
with
go.
that.
They're going to let go of the floodgate, which is Maxis, and it's going to be one. It's just going to be running out now.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I'm okay
say,
with that stuff because I don't like modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't like it.
It sucks because your
like it.
engine sucks. Your engine, like my engine for Tenpai, is only 12 cards.
Yeah, we got to do another video on that, but we got a couple minutes left, Jake.
Yeah.
Because we can talk for hours on this.
Hours. Yeah. Me, just be honest, you guys. Me and Matt have like 45-minute, hour, 2-hour discussions on just everything that's going on in the game and how they can do to make it better. And it sucks that nobody's even trying shadow points out when the SPS format is actually a really great format.
That works.
But they don't want to do it, and a lot of people don't want to use it because, again, like I said, Tenpai Dragons, you don't want to spend like you spend all that money and then it's not even worth it, like Ash, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it does work. You know, Matt tested it out on Wygo Pro and stuff like that, but it's like
Watch the videos. They're
it
up part
sucks.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, it sucks because it's the same 5 decks. Now, when you play Pokemon, now everybody can say, "Well, Pokemon's the same 5 decks." Yes and no, but you got more. You have more like stuff with it, and the fact
Dex
right
can still be
now,
beat. Charizard
yeah,
could be beat.
like right
Yes.
now, I think it's Raging Bolt. It's the Raging Bolt with whatever the new card that just came out. Tramples over Charizard.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. A
But
lot of decks and
I just think
Yu-Gi-Oh's
I think
normally.
what they need to do, and honest reality, this is what they have to do. They have to make the cards affordable for every player. Like if they want to be esports, they have to make it affordable for every player. Now that it's affordable for every player, then they need to host cash prizes to where you can go in and do it. And what they have to do is they have to cut out like a lot of like TCG player and TCG Toll and Troll and stuff like that. They have to cut them out to where you only can buy from them and make it so the market price isn't gouged and it's staying consistent and people are constantly buying their products. Because at the end of the day, you're not supporting Konami when you buy the box from your local comic shop, card shop. You're supporting the card shop and they buy the boxes from Konami. So the box sucks. Konami's not making money. They need to make better boxes with more prints. So it's
Yes.
not the way it is now. Like,
But when do they listen?
never. But I mean,
Konami,
but if they
people
pull
cannot
away from
stand Konami.
EU, like it seems like they're doing because there was no YCSs
Yeah.
in the EU,
Yeah,
then I'm telling you right now, they're going to go downhill. Yes, they produce a lot of casino and they got money to spend and waste, but at the same time, they're not going to make it over here if they're not making it viable for the consumer.
right. All right.
And it's the same person winning the YCS. Like, no hate to,
Yeah.
I think his name is Chris something. Like that dude was back to back to back to back. There's no hate to that guy, but the fact that you don't, it's the same. Everybody's like they say it's the same people going to every YCS. They said it's nothing new because it's the people that can afford the top cards.
That's
And
it.
unfortunately, it
100%.
shouldn't be like that. It should be everybody
100%.
should be able to afford the cards.
You can't get a thing. You know, they had 8,000 people. That's good. But I don't know how many Pokemon have Magic doesn't do it. How many Pokemon have?
Pokemon's win thing even for for Nintendo and you win their tournament, it's still like 50K.
No, but how many people? How many people are at the Pokemon tournaments?
I think there are things.
I can look at that up real quick.
I think one was like 5,000, right? It was like 5 for the World Tournament. It was pretty big. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
But making anything an esport has to be, it can't be free. But to make anything an esport, they're going to have to make it affordable for everybody. Like Fortnite. Fortnite took off as an esport, and so does CSGO because it's free for everybody and they can play.
All right. It says more than 10,000 people gathered to attend the 2023 Pokemon World Championships in Yokohama. So 10,000. Yu-Gi-Oh had 8,000. Now Pokemon's already at 10.
And rising because they're doing
people
it smart.
Go. Obviously, they can't go to the Japan and stuff, but they had them here. I don't know how many
are more affordable.
Yes.
Right, but kids could play in the tournaments and stuff like that. And not saying Yu-Gi-Oh needs all the kids.
But Pokemon's better because Pokemon does a kid format to where you can do the isn't it not juveniles? That sounds like a bad thing. Say
Juveniles.
Yeah, they have like the
Juniors.
kids juniors. They have the juniors and then they have the other ones.
That's what we need. We need the stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's so many things that can be fixed. And we'll do another podcast on that.
I think that one will be a longer one. That won't be like an hour-long podcast because, again, we can talk forever on it. But I think
we can have that up next week. But we can go over a lot of issues because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot of issues.
Yes.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Always will. Going to keep playing. But I hate.
But to add on that for my new deck profile that is going to be coming out soon, for just official 40 count of everything, I'm still waiting on my hand traps. I'm still waiting on DD Crow. I'm still waiting on Mourners, Bells. I'm waiting on a lot of other stuff and singles to make it end. And sometimes, you test it out and some cards don't work. Like me and Matt tested out Ancient Fairy and Necro Valley isn't really the best way to run sometimes. It is a good draw first board, but if you don't get anything, you're kind of SOL. So at the end of the day, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna buy cards that you know they're not viable. But why am I gonna pay $20 for a Cashier and I need three of them?
Yeah,
I'm
60
not paying,
bucks. That's crazy.
and the Megatins come out in June. So by the
Just wait.
time, yeah, and if they do
wait.
if they do reprint Trident Dragon, then hey, then more power to you. But I guarantee you, those three cards are still going to be over $100.
I
It,
better not
it,
be.
it's going to reprint or not, unless they reprint it in two different copies, which would be smart.
Yeah.
Do a like ultra rare or super rare and a common, then that'll be way different. Print three copies. They need to print three copies or make a legendary pack that
That's
like
what
Magic
needs to happen
does.
all the time. Yeah.
Magic has a legendary pack where you can get better and cooler looking cards, but they're
Yeah,
$20
that's what needs
pack.
to happen.
I found that out the hard way. That one day I paid $60.
Yeah, you did.
And I was like, Jesus, I did not know.
Yeah.
But they should do that. If you want a legendary pack, then it's $20 a pack. If you want a
Yep.
regular pack that has all that stuff and in one, it has multiple copies, I think like 80 copies, 80 different cards, then hey, it's like $3, $4, $5. Ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
Right. I can do that. I can do that versus other stuff.
Exactly.
But you're right. All right. Well, let's end it there. We'll do another podcast coming up about it because I like that. We'll start doing like weekly podcasts where we can just talk about some stuff. We'll make it longer. We just got started late tonight, and we
Technical difficulties, and plus you wouldn't have made it to Josh's dinner if you
right.
If we would have did it,
Yeah.
No.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.
Comment,
Guys, I
share.
don't know what's going on with the comments. Sometimes they just turn off automatically by themselves. I never turn off comments. So if they're turned off, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I have them set to automatically on, so I don't know what's going on. Sometimes they're off.
I wonder if they're only off because sometimes they see Nathan and they could like wonder if it's like a kid. So even though we probably just gonna have to go back in there and make sure they're turned on.
Turn back on.
Yeah.
All right. That's
but
what we'll do.
let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, before anybody can hate on us, like I bit the bullet and I went like knees in, and starting next week I should have all my stuff in. So those are going to be live duels. I confirmed it with my locals here and El Cajon. That I can actually do it. So live duels should be popping up.
Good. And then Nathan and I will be back in those eventually.
Okay.
As soon as my tin pie comes in, we'll be back to dueling.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. And until next